All right, let's call the meeting to order. It's Parks, Recreation, and Leisure Activities Meeting, October 21st. Is there any declarations or conflict of interest? Seeing none.
I just had that in the closed session, Terry. That's all for me. Thanks.
What's that, Bob?
I just had that conflict in the closed session for me, but I just wanted to tell you there. Thank you.
Yep, thank you. Can we have approval of the agenda?
Yes, for me, yeah, sure.
Moved by Kevin, second by Bob. Any business arising from the minutes?
Nope.
Seeing none, excuse me. We'll move to, which is, I got to say, Frank, I'm really pleased to see this. Resolution to award the earthwork and the concrete pads for the 2023 Canada Games Legacy Project, the portable artificial outdoor rink. And then after that will be the resolution to award the high voltage electric service for the Canada Games Legacy Project portable outdoor artificial outdoor rink. So Frank, do you want to take that? Anything you want to say on that, Frank?
All right. Thank you, Councillor Bernard. Yeah, so I think the background is pretty self-explanatory, but I'll just give a high review of it. Initially, when we passed the resolution to partnership with Canada Games in this project, we approved additional $70,000 plus taxes to be reallocated for the work associated with, getting the setup and the install of the artificial outdoor rink. We ended up having to engage a service of Coles Associates because they needed to provide us with the necessary consulting services. This is not just a straightforward project. We had to do drawings for the site work, concrete work, electrical work, and then they also needed to provide the oversight. An artificial outdoor rink is not as easy as just setting up boards and flooding. So whenever we had to cover those costs, and then this cost now came in for the earthwork. The bid came in at $307.94 plus applicable taxes. We ended up having a shortfall in that $70,000 of $31,800, but we are recommending that it comes from the Roundhouse Park account because there is sufficient funds in that account. As well, the construction of that project will not be taking place this year. And 40% of this work that is being done underneath the earthwork and concrete pads will be utilized for the Roundhouse Park project. So really, it's Roundhouse Park money, but it is associated with this Founders Hall artificial outdoor rink that we're putting in here this fall, or late this fall, early winter. So Coles Associates went out and got bids for us. They went to 7 companies, and we ended up getting 2 companies bidding. One company's provided full bids for the both parts of it, and one company just provide part of a scope of work. So we ended up going with the one that provided the full bid price, which was deemed to be a reasonable price. And you'll see that that's $78,307.94 plus applicable taxes.
Okay, everybody okay with that? Yeah. Okay, can I have a move?
Yeah.
Seconder? I'll move it. Kevin moved.
Sure.
Bobby seconded. Thank you very much. Okay, Frank, and the second part of this, the second resolution, pretty self-explanatory. Do you have anything you want to say on it?
And the second one is, this is related to the electrical work for this project. It's a phase 3 electrical that's required, so it's a high voltage line. Think of it, you're running an actual artificial rink, which is like a rink indoors. So these funds that are going to be reallocated to this project from the Roundhouse Park as well, and the funds exist in that Roundhouse Park account. These will be fully used. This high voltage service will be used when we construct the Roundhouse Park in the future. So we had 2 bids, and 56,175 is what we're recommending to award. And this work would begin as soon as possible, so it'll be ready for December.
Thank you, Frank. Welcome, Councillor Yankov.
I apologize.
Okay. Any questions on either one of the resolutions?
No.
Okay,
No.
move for in a second for the second resolution. Kevin moves it.
Sure.
Bobby seconds it. Okay. Just want to say again, I'm really pleased, and for those who don't know, this is the artificial outdoor rink that is going to go down in front of Founders Hall. We all know with the weather that we have in the last number of years with climate change, that it's getting harder and harder to maintain an outdoor rink and keep it up. So the artificial ice surface will certainly make the availability of ice during the winter a lot more
Possible.
available. Yeah, a lot more available for a lot of people. So really pleased to see this as part of the Roundhouse project. And I understand that, I guess we'll call this phase one. This is the artificial ice surface, but then Roundhouse Park is going to be something we'll look to do in 2023.
Yeah, so this is a Canada Games legacy project. So this is the first part step. And if, say, for example, Roundhouse Park doesn't proceed for whatever particular reason down the road, we have at least this infrastructure there that we can have an outdoor rink down at Founders Hall green space in the winter months.
Perfect. Thank you, Frank. That's all we had in the open session. There's one issue in the closed session. We're going to have a mover and a seconder to move to a closed session. Moved by Frank, second by, moved by Council Ramsey, second by Council Yankoff. We'll move to a closed session. And Bobby, thank you very much for attending.
Thank you.
Okay,
See
bye-bye.
you later.